Hello and welcome everybody to what is the second feature analysis of what was Project JDM Drifto. We have democratically elected to call the game TOUGE1995. I think this name suits it as, you know, it incorporates the whole 90s feel of the game. That's something that I really want to push. I don't think Project JDM Drifto would really push to the casual that it's a 90s drifting game. I mean, not that the casual will know that what Touge is, but at least that it has that 90s aesthetic within the name, and then they can, if they're interested, they can click, they'll find out that it's a car game. Today in this feature analysis we're going to be breaking down the first part of the customization or modification system of Touge 1995. Now, you will notice here that I have the Miata. This is just a placeholder I downloaded off the internet. I'm not sure if I showed you in the last video, but I had the Miata in that too. I've been streaming recently. I'll be streaming tomorrow, provided that the internet is functional. Today I just want to go over this, give a bit of a status update. I've got some big news to cover during the end, and yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to run the game shortly, and it should just take a second or two. Okay, so I'm going to break this down. So here you have the customization of the game. It's split into three different sections. So there's exterior, performance, paintwork. So obviously the exterior is, if you want to put a body kit, change the wheels, change anything on the exterior. The performance is the engine. It's also if you want to strip out the interior, so say you want a weight reduction. It's also the done for anything within the engine. The modification system is very similar to that of Need for Speed 2015. I take a lot of influence from Need for Speed 2015 with this game in general. Then paintwork is self-explanatory. I'm going to hopefully have a system whereby you can edit the livery of the car and hopefully add stickers too. In addition to all of this, what I plan on doing is basically the camera will zoom kind of out into the center of the garage, and you can edit. You can add new parts to your garage. You can edit the posters, buy new posters. But the purchasing of cars is restricted to the dealership that you have to drive to. Then over here you have home, race and settings. In terms of home, that brings you to the main menu, which will again be similar to Need for Speed 2015, where it'll have the panel effect. But what I intend on doing, and I've discussed this with some of the team members, that basically it will have like all these classic JDM pictures from the 90s, of Touge and people with their cars and whatnot. Then here you have the stock statistics of the MZ Roadster, which is the Miata. So MZ was the logo that we've designed for Mazda. It will be used in. We'll have other manufacturers. Obviously, we'll have other logos. So that's currently being done by a graphical or graphics designer. The same guy who did the gauge is for the UI, if you've seen them. Then we have all the statistics here, so it's a very basic layout, but once you click into this, any of these which aren't currently functional, that's my work for tomorrow on stream, then that will basically change it. And then you can adjust whatever parts. So then say for example you click into exterior, it will split. There'll be a number of sections that you can choose, and then you just choose what you want to switch to, whatever. That's kind of self-explanatory. And then obviously it will show what it adjusts in these figures, if any. And that's pretty much part one of the modification system. In addition to that, we also have the levels, and your current money yen. So levels will be given by reputation. So say you complete a race, you get reputation for building a car faster, stronger, that kind of stuff. I'm yet to implement any level system, but that will be worked on in the future. So also we have a few announcements. This is kind of the major one. So as I said earlier, we're changing the name. I think that suits it. It was democratically elected. That's what we're going to go with. So a few things. The first one is that the next thread on /o will be released on the 21st, and I'm going to digest basically all of the progress of the development for people that haven't been in Discord or can't access it all the time. So I'm just going to have a kind of a summary. Then the next major announcement is that the game is going to be launched on IndieDB, and all the game's basically going to go public. It's not going to be an underground game anymore on the 28th, which is next Saturday. I've got a lot of stuff to do for that. For that, I hope to have a few screenshots, a logo. The graphics designer is going to be working on that. I intend to have a trailer, screenshots, set up all these pages, hopefully post to Reddit. That could bring in, if people are interested, hopefully that could kick off the game, because I've only posted so far to 4chan. So the launch hopefully will go well. Obviously your support, if you could share the game, it would be amazing. I hope to kind of build a community during the development, so once the game is eventually launched through the demos, it launched in December, then we can, people will know about it, they can share it, and pretty much work like that. So yeah, 28th of October, that's the date. I'll be sharing it anyway. So there won't be any demo for people, but there should be an internal demo. In terms of gameplay, what I want by then is to have all the physics implemented. I want the all the gauges to be working. Obviously this customization, which I intend to have functional by tomorrow, and then I want the story mode to be somewhat functional. Now that brings me on to my last point of this update and feature analysis, mainly feature analysis. That the story mode will kind of be done manga-like, in that after a race that's part of the story mode, you will progress, and it will bring you to a basically it will bring you to like a manga kind of animated story, like visual story thing, and then you can access all those at a later date. So say you want to view your story up until then, you can access each chapter. So maybe before or after a race, it will pick up a new chapter and it will just animate. So there won't be any like cutscenes, but I kind of want to do it that way because I think it gives it there's a certain attraction to that feel. Yeah, so I think that can conclude the feature analysis. The next feature analysis will be done on how the game progresses in story mode, how races work and how time trials, all that stuff. That will be coming out later this week, hopefully. Streaming tomorrow if the internet permits, as there's a hurricane in my area. And I think that concludes it. 21st is the next thread. Follow us on Twitter. 28th is the public reveal. Join Discord if you haven't already. And that's me signing out. Thanks and goodbye.